Good evening. Today's Bible study comes from Matthew chapter 7, verses 13 and 14, and it reads as follows. Enter through the narrow gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many enter through it. But small is the gate and narrow the road that leads to life, and only a few find it. First and foremost, we start this off being told directions, instructions. Enter through the narrow gate. And okay, so one, us humans, we gonna ask, well, why the narrow gate and what is this saying? Well, it says in the next part of the verse, for wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction. So it's telling you the wide gate leads to destruction. It may be big, but it leads to destruction. And many enter through it. But small is the gate and narrow the road that leads to life, and only a few find it. Now we see what the text is saying. This narrow gate is the Lord's word. It leads to salvation, to life eternal. Now this wide gate, which is huge, is stated to be broad, and it's the road that leads to destruction. And many, not a few, not some, but many enter through it. So many are going the road to destruction. And the road to destruction looks good because, hey, there's room. That's what it says. It says it's wide, it's broad. But when you look at it also, you see that the road to destruction is wide because it has no specifics. It doesn't tell you what to do. You can do what you want on this road because there's room to do anything you want. But when you look at this road where it says, but small is the gate and narrow the road that leads to life, well, the reason it's narrow is because the Lord is very specific on what he wants us to do and what he has in store for us. Satan can't be specific. He has to be wide because Satan gives you options to do junk. And the Lord doesn't give you options. He just tells you this is what you have to do to be with me. Satan says you can do all this as long as it's not doing for the Lord. So do anything you want to as long as it goes against God. Whereas God says specific things. Love your Lord first. Love your neighbor as thyself. Be compassionate. Be kind. Show peace. Have mercy. Study my word. The Lord has specific things designed for us. And that's why our road gets so narrow, because we ain't following instructions. Our road is narrow because we have to follow the Lord's instructions. Whereas the wide one they don't follow instructions. In this world, this worldly place that we are in, a lot of people are going to be going against God. If you read the book of Revelation, it tells you that there will be a war at the end and they're going to go fight against Christ. I can just tell you right now, it's a loss. Anything coming out of the sky, coming down to me, it can go back up. I can't do nothing with it. And neither will they. They're going to lose this. So when it says, for wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction, that's because a lot are going to go through it. And it says many will enter through this gate. They are going to go the way of this world. They are going to get on that wide road and they are not going to seek out Christ. And that road is going to lead you to nothing but eternal damnation. Or in other words, destruction. Now, it says small is the gate and narrow the road that leads to life. Because only a few are going to find it. And It didn't say a lot. It said only a few. And as Christians and as disciples of Christ, we would want it to be many will find it, and only few will find destruction. But no, we all are not seeking Christ like we should. And I'm praying for you to get better, just like I hope you praying for me to get better. I need to know more about the Lord every day. All the time he works for me is all the time I should be thinking about him. I'm not saying sit at work and just, oh, Lord, Lord, Lord. But he should be in your conversation. He should be in your heart when you speak to somebody else. He should be shown in some consideration for somebody. You shouldn't be getting mad for things happening, because that is part of your pathway on this road. And it already tells you this road is small and the gate is narrow. The gate is just the entrance to this road. It is narrow, but it leads to life, and that's what you want. We all should want eternal life and glory. See, eternal life and destruction is not life, it's destruction. And we serve a living God. So we should want life. And it says only a few will find it. So take some time, just like I have to take some time, and keep trying to find the Lord. Keep asking him to give you more of who he is and put more into your body that is about who Christ is. Be more Christ-like as much as you possibly can, because we don't know when the return is, but we should prepare like it's happening in the next second. God bless you. Amen.